Hello, um, Teckos, what's up? Today, I want to talk about something that I've noticed for a long time, and it's just the fact that fighting doesn't really exist anymore, and it is kind of an evolution thing that we have to figure out. But basically, the only fight I ever was in school or any other time was an argument. And when I'm in a fight, you know, when you are in a fight, you're sharing your head with the person, and you kind of wobble like this, and the person who you fight, is kind of like, like this and shit. And it applies to mixed martial arts and all of the forms, but it also has to do with families and people. And it's kind of, you have to look at a rooster and chickens and all of the birds and study them, because if you hold a chicken or a bird, you can move their body and it keeps their head in one position. But that should be useful for a lot of things. But one thing is that for some reason, the only people that I disagree with seem to have the same chicken thing going on and rooster thing going on. And so I think that probably one of the things we need to study, is also like how the rooster has a sideways. They look sideways and they move sideways and use this little area we don't use. But we can figure that out to really figure out the rest, and basically kind of disarm ourselves instead of looking at someone like, because using all the physics, this is also a head and this is a neck that goes into the body, like a letter Q, drops it in there, drops it into the body, and, kind of pumps it into the body, and, it's kind of like, to me, probably the best visual would be to look at Men in Black when they have that guy and he shoots his head and then it shrinks and he's got the eyes like that. And that's basically something we have to figure out how to disarm, is how that works, because when you're squaring off with a person, all you can do, if that's all you can do, is, it's just a lot of math and physics in it, math and physics, such as, it's kind of, if you had to picture yourself bench pressing with every single person like standing over you like this, and you're like lifting weight, right, like this, and it's heavy and it makes your face red, right, with two legs up above you. If someone is standing there and you're going like that, it will actually press up into that, because it's a triangle angle that is using two forms of weight laying against each other like that. When you press, it is actually pushing the red up into it, but that's kind of a cause of a blush. And I think that it just needs to be looked into. I think that there needs to be something about it that can kind of teach us a little bit more about, you know, not dying, life, something important, So that's just a little thing to look at. Look at the videos of chickens and birds and all that, and realize that birds are not, beaks that just speak human, and just turn this way and that way, and this is as far as they go, because that's not how birds are. Birds don't poop in order to explain something, you know. So, being a human, we have to converse as all of the other forms of animals and things that are alive. And, somewhere in there, we don't have anything teaching us about that, you know. So it's important, and it helps us somehow, you know. But when someone says, chicken with its head cut off, I mean, it really makes no sense to say that, and um, I can't really explain it any better. I mean, if you can balance a little rock on your head, your head could be like this tiny, under someone if you had to bench and squat under every single person, and it probably wouldn't be comfortable, but I can't really get past this part. I'm kind of stuck.